Welcome to the Fleet Geeks Podcast. We're here to help develop fleet and transport professionals. Do you want to progress and develop your skills and knowledge? We promise to bring lively conversation and debate around interesting issues and keep you bang up to date with changes in our awesome industry. The Fleet Geeks are a community of professionals, and if you enjoy the podcast, why not join the discussion for free in the Fleet Geek community over on Facebook? Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Fleet Geeks Podcast. I'm here on a Friday evening to record this for you because I just haven't had a chance all week to record the most latest version. So I'm not in my office today. I'm chilling with a bit of the sunshine coming in through the window at home. How are you all doing? How's everyone been? I hope you are all doing well. Today's question is around: do these transport manager Facebook groups really work? And I find it a bit of a challenge because one of the things I do is I often sort of have a little lurk through and have a little look at things to help, because a lot of the questions that are asked in the groups help me create content, help me understand what people's challenges are, and help me understand where people in the industry are at, really. So I find them a really useful resource. But one of the things that I found is that they just really seem to be declining. And I don't know whether it's the Facebook algorithm or what it might be, but I'm just really interested to hear, and let me know, listeners, if you're getting value from the Facebook groups. But certainly I host a couple, and I've just been seeing reduced traction. I constantly am getting spam posts from people just literally advertising their business and not really offering any value at all in the post. And I tend to decline them because I just think that if you're going to make the effort to share something in a group you've created, it needs to be something of value. So I'm just having a look through external CPC Transport Manager UK at the moment, right? And it's got nearly 8,000 members. Okay, so 8,000 transport professionals. And this is what it looks like. So Sham Malik has shared a post about Farnborough International. Innovation takes flight in unmatched luxury. Experience the prestige of an air show. Very interesting. No engagement at all. Roadways Customs Limited. Is your freight moving smoothly? And there's a advert sort of picture. No engagement, no likes, no comments. I look at, so someone's advertised for external TM available in Yorkshire. Again, I'll help you get set up. I'll help you start off on your haulage journey. No engagement, no likes or comments. There's a lot of adverts for understanding brake test reports. Again, there's no comments. Yeah, very interesting, until someone posts saying they're looking for a transport manager. So there's now a post 3 days ago. Someone's asked for a transport manager. And we get, there's several comments saying people have messaged or that they can help with these things. So, but interestingly, there's not really sort of any much interaction on the post at all in this group. So I find that a bit interesting, really, I suppose. And there's a few AI based posts as well. So it's a bit tricky from an engagement perspective. Let's have a look at my group. So the Fleet Geeks group here, we've got nearly 3,000 members. Again, I sort of look through at the different posts. A lot of them are welcoming members. There's a few posts around different DVSA updates that I've approved because they tend to add value. But generally speaking, I tend to not really allow any adverts. But otherwise, it's really frustrating. There's a couple of questions in here, which is good, around exam. Someone's having an exam, getting some support. I've asked a few questions about what softwares people are using, that kind of thing. That's got a bit of engagement. But I'm just wondering, do these posts actually work? Where you go, I'm an external transport manager and I'm looking to offer people work. Do they actually work? Do you actually get anything about it? So Transport Manager CPC qualified, the group's been archived. So that's interesting. Qualified Transport Managers UK is often a good group that I found. So that's 6.5, nearly 7,000 people in there. there's maybe a bit more that. So interestingly, there's some questions in here. Hope you've had a lovely bank holiday. Bit of a question around maintenance providers. There's a few answers in there. Yeah, breaks. And then there's some more adverts. Again, no engagement on any of the adverts. So,
hi, it's Pete from Flagship Partners. Let me ask you something. How confident are you that the right version of your policies, procedures, and any compliance documents are actually being used right now? Because if your answer is fairly confident, that's not confidence, it's hope. At Flagship, our digital services, we help fleet operators move from folders, chaos, and crossed fingers to clarity, control, and confidence. Our platform, Optifile, is built specifically for fleets like yours. One source of truth, full version control, and clear accountability, and a simple way to prove your people have seen, understood, and signed the right documents every single time. No more, which version is this? No more, I think that's updated, and no more sleepless nights before an audit. If you're serious about running a safer, greener, greater fleet, it starts with getting your foundations right. Head to Flagship Partners and discover how, through our digital services like Optifile, we can tidy up the mess, reduce risk, and give you your time back. Because compliance shouldn't be a dark art, it should be crystal clear.
I'm just wondering, really, what are you? There's obviously a lot of members in these groups. Why are you a member, if that makes sense? Why are people joining the Facebook groups? And then a lot of them, the largest majority, you've only got like 0.1% of any of the members are actually who are contributing or asking questions. And some people are sort of spamming it for adverts. I'm interested, do the adverts actually work? Do you actually get business from them? Or are people just being a bit speculative and a bit hopeful? I guess when I ask the question, do Facebook groups work? I guess it depends what approach you're taking. I think some people are using them from an advertising perspective, so they're looking to try and get business. And some people who are using them to ask questions are obviously getting answers. But I'm really interested, because if you're going on there and asking questions to try and get answers, how satisfied are you with the actual responses you're getting and the support you're getting? Because that's a big question as well. Because I look through at some of these comments and you get a wide variety of different comments and different perspectives, but are any of them actually very helpful? I'm a little bit stumped. I'm a little bit stumped by that. But maybe you're part of the group because you like to be part of a community. But one of the challenges I have with them is actually, do they actually feel like a community? How can we make them feel more like a community? How do we get more interaction and build more relationships there? So I think that's a bit of there's no right or wrong answer. I think I'm just looking to try and generate a conversation around that. And I no doubt I'll be inundated with messages from listeners around what they think. But I'm just really interested to hear, what do you think is the future of the Facebook groups? Because it feels like I have to go looking as well. So they don't really tend to come up on my feed anymore. And I think because they're much lower engagement now, they tend to not get promoted by Facebook on the algorithm. So you have to kind of go looking, and then they're not really prodding you on your timeline to say, come and look at me. So I find that a bit of a challenge as well. I just suppose, like, are people getting valuable answers from them, or is there another option? I know that I'm just sort of waffling away here, asking questions, but it's helping me shape. Firstly, I find it useful to shape the content for the Fleet Geeks podcast. It also helps me come up with offers and solutions. So I know, for example, that reading brake tests and understanding brake tests is a useful subject at the moment, but it feels like a lot of people are doing it and they're not really getting a lot of traction on it. And it's something that we tend to just offer on a consultancy basis. So if we've got a client that needs the support, we'll support them with it. So if people are listening and they do want support with understanding roller brake tests, Flagship can help. We don't market and sell courses because I don't think people look to necessarily book them. I think our clients tend to just ask us and go, how can we have some help with that? And then we'll help our clients with understanding brake tests. But on top of that, I think with the Transport Manager Hub just about to launch as a Transport Manager Association, one of the things we're looking to do with that is to introduce like meetups in person. And I'm interested to see if there's really the the appetite for that, to meeting other transport managers in person, being able to bring challenges and ask questions. Obviously, we're looking to launch that around 4 sites in the UK. Certainly in the next couple of months, we're going to be having in-person TM in the PM, we're going to be calling it. So we're going to be having cups of tea in the afternoon, a couple of locations, Peterborough, Crawley, certainly one in Wales as well, and then one up north. I've forgotten the location where we're doing up north. But I'm looking forward to us organising those and getting people together. But I feel a bit worried that the engagement's so poor online. I wonder if it's going to be the same in person. So this podcast is very much an appeal. Do engage, drop me some messages. I'm really interested to hear, how are you getting value? How are you getting your questions answered? Are you relying on Facebook now, or have you got different networks, and how are you utilizing those? Because I'm starting to get the feeling that there was a time when the Facebook groups worked really, really well, but it feels like they're starting to die a death. They're being killed off by the Facebook algorithm. They don't gain enough engagement. There's too much. They're saturated with too much advertising that isn't of any value to people, and therefore they're not effectively responding and engaging with it. And ultimately, anything to do with social media is about driving engagement. So, answers on a postcard. I'm really, really interested. What do you think? Is there a new medium? I keep thinking about launching a school platform where we create an environment there where there's good interaction with people, good quality content. Maybe that is a solution. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to my waffle. I hope this has been an interesting podcast, but it's very much been a one-way street, trying to understand or make sense of, do the Facebook groups actually work? Anyway, answers on a postcard. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on a future episode. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share with your friends and colleagues too. Join us for free on Facebook with the Fleet Geeks community for transport and fleet managers. Fleet Geeks offers ongoing professional development, networking and mentoring too. So get in touch with me, Pete Rushmer, on any social media platform to find out more.